So I thought it might be fun to document the process of building this projection backdrop for the Dark FOMO logo. I'm here in the shed and it's taken a bit to get to this point in the process. I got the logo from the Photoshop file, transferred it into white with a black background, sized it so it's full size, tipped it on the side, projecting it on axis. So we've got our verticals fairly much vertical and our horizontals fairly much horizontal to the wood. Not perfect, but pretty close. Now I had planned to cut this out from a single piece of ply. As you can see, the aspect ratio of the logo itself is nowhere near that of the plywood. So where I was hoping that we would end up with a logo that would be the same size as a piece of plywood in that 2.4 meters long, 1.2 meters wide, which would have had quite a significant impact. We're now left with, if I use this option, we're left with a logo that's probably not even going to be 2 meters tall. So I'd have to mount it on a stand, which I could, but the impact of it overall will probably be lessened. I was kind of, I guess in some part of my mind, thinking that the head of the logo, the D part, would be almost the same size as the plywood in width. Obviously that's not possible with those arms kind of coming out that way. So now I think I might go back to the drawing board a little bit. Well, I guess there's two options. One is to go ahead with this one and just lump it and kind of go, yep, that was the intention. I'm not going to waste any more time. I'm just going to go with it. However, I think the intention was to have something with a bit more impact than this. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just head back to pen and paper, and I'm going to see whether or not I can make a cut, kind of like a cutout, a sheet cut list of how I can cut out all the various bits from the plywood to get much longer lengths out of one piece of plywood while still maintaining the size of the head and the aspect ratio. So basically putting it together a bit more like a jigsaw out of the piece of plywood, because you can see there's a lot of waste down the bottom. Which we could just save for other projects, but at the end of the day, if I want to have budgeted for a whole piece of plywood, let's try and use the whole piece of plywood and let's see if we can make something bigger, because I think that's definitely a possibility. So I'm going to go with that idea and just try that out.